So I went to Michael's and I made it back to my car just in time. Holy crap. This is nuts. Oh, you guys gotta work faster than that. All that water just pouring down. So that rain that you just saw, that was a microburst or a microstorm. I forgot what they called it, but it's basically a really small microstorm that just pops out of nowhere and comes in with like just a tsunami type rain and wind. It's insane. It didn't last very long, but it made a huge impact when it was here. It was really cool. And the rain sounded like it would hurt. Like the first part of the rain, when it was coming down on the car, it sounded like hail. It was big, heavy, hard drops. And then all of a sudden it just downpoured. So that was interesting. But it almost seems like stuff back years ago, there were longer storms. They weren't as bad, but they were longer. And I kind of miss those, because right now it just feels like we're getting a bunch of short ones. And I kind of wish we had like a good few days of storms on and off. That'd be really super relaxing. I'm in a little bit of a pickle. Was working out today, and for a long time now, the gears on the stationary bike that I have, and I'll show a picture of it right now, the gears on it have been going for a long time, probably for a few years now, on and off, but it wasn't too bad. It was starting to get bad over the last like probably 6 months, since I was using the bike a lot more than I used to. And it's on gear number 5. It's like 1 through 8 for the gears, or 1 through 9, and 5 is a normal pace. I'm doing like 16 to 18 miles an hour for like 30 to 40 minutes, and going up to speed 6, I would normally do that for like 10 minutes, because that was tough. You could feel it in the legs if you're not used to it. I think I'm at the point now where 5 may not actually work anymore. I did about, I did about 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, it was about, yeah, because I stopped at 22 minutes today. I did 15 minutes on 5, and then I'm like, I really gotta use the bathroom, so I stopped, went to use the bathroom, sat back down, and all of a sudden it just, as soon as I put my feet on it, I could feel it slip, like it couldn't grab traction anymore on the gear. So I put it up to 6, and I did about 5 to 8 minutes on 6 just to get above the 20-minute mark, and it worked out fine. The pickle it put me in was, do I invest in another small, low stationary bike, or do I get a gym membership? And because there's a gym literally right down the road from me, so it'd be really nice. The only issue is, like, I have far more pros working out here than I do at the gym. I can work out whenever I want to. The machines are always open for me. I don't have to deal with people. And then it hit me as well that I have a Fitbit, and I do a lot of walking for work. Maybe I don't even have to do the bike for right now, because theoretically I should be able to go out and walk probably until November. I could just do all of my working out during the day for work, and I won't have to worry about coming home and working out, which that'll be really nice. It'll free up a lot more time. And I get, basically the way I look at it, the way I did it for FedEx too, was I'm looking at it like I'm getting paid to work out. At least that's how I look at it, to make work more enjoyable for me. So I think that's the route I'm gonna take. But what about you guys? Like, when you're at work, do you, like, if you need to lose weight, or if you need to tone up or do something at work, do you fit it into your work balance to make, like, say, to make work more enjoyable for you? Or do you like to keep that stuff separate at all times? Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Hey guys, hope you're all doing fantastic today. It is now a few days, actually quite a few days past that last video clip. I haven't really filmed a lot the whole past week, just because my anxiety and depression were kind of rearing up again, and I couldn't really figure out why. So I delved into getting more Stardew Valley videos out on the YouTube channel, as well as working through some other ideas for videos and stuff like that, just to keep my mind going. And I couldn't figure out why my anxiety was rearing up, because work hasn't really changed. There's a lot of work, but it's still very easy at this time, so it's not something that really changed. And then it hit me that it's the Disney trip coming up. I'm totally fine with change, but for some reason there are some things where if I've been doing something for so long and there's a minor change to it, I don't know why, but it can make it feel like the whole thing is changing when it's really not. So in my Disney trip, I'm used to just going to the airport, taking my luggage to the front desk. They take it. I don't see my luggage again until I get to the airport, until I get to the resort, and it's in my room, and it's taken care of by Disney and everything else. Well, now I get my luggage at the airport. I don't see it again until I get to Florida. And then because they don't have the Magical Express, now I have to find another way to get to the airport to the resort, probably through Mears, or I don't know, there's a few other options I could use, but then I gotta go get my luggage and take that with, and it's not a big change, but it's just enough to where it's like, it throws me off mentally and says like, oh, the whole trip is changing, when it's really not. It's just a little thing that's kind of throwing it out of whack. So I've been kind of dealing with that on and off. Ooh, it's bright. Got a bright sunny day, a lot of cloud coverage. Unfortunately, there may be some rain coming in tonight. Maybe. It's been a hit or miss. They're calling for a big storm, and we do already have some water. You can kind of see dampness on the deck and little puddles in the parking lot, but overall it's not bad weather. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Doing laundry right now. Going through Disney stuff today too, getting a new list typed up. I was trying to go through my old list, but my old list is kind of outdated. I did it like 8 years ago, so I want to go through and update that and get it more updated for today, because I don't really want to take what I did before. Like I took the DS, I took my tablet, I took like a Switch, and theoretically it's like I use those maybe a little bit on the trip, but not a whole lot. Not enough to actually validate taking them on another trip. I mean, if anything, I may take my DS just to play some of those games. Otherwise, I may just end up taking a few books, having something to do. I want to spend as much time at the actual parks as possible, so I may not be spending a whole lot of time back at the resort to begin with. So I'm cool with that, which means I also don't need to take the Switch and other electronics as much as I did before. I'm doing laundry right now, but it just dawned on me, one thing that I wanted to talk about in the last video was when it comes to Legos, because I do plan on buying a decent amount of Legos on this trip for a challenge, buy as many as I can, and then spend like a whole week putting them together and making a video on it for you guys. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But one thing I wanted to touch on with Legos was the pricing. The way I do the pricing for Legos, or the way I justify, one of the ways I'm justifying the buying of a certain Lego set is, does the price and the price per piece and the amount of pieces all coincide nicely together? For example, the Millennium Falcon that I bought, that one came out to like, what, 10 to 11 cents per piece, which is really good. And then I'll compare that to one of roughly the same size or the same type, same price, but then I won't compare that to one that's smaller, like the Nest or the Batmobile or the new Atari that they just released, which is gonna be very different in terms of price per piece. Another way to look at that is some of them are kind of outliers, like the map that I got. That one per piece is like 2 cents, because that one's over 11,000 pieces, but it's only $250. So there's a huge price discrepancy between that one and say the Millennium Falcon, which was like over 7,500 pieces, and $800. Now, if it's a piece that I really don't care about the price, and it's like, I want the Millennium Falcon because it's Star Wars and it's the Millennium Falcon, that's a valid reason too. You always have nostalgia and certain attachments to things. That's totally fine. But I like to look at, is the price warranted with the price per pieces? So that's how I do it. Well, just looked outside and clouds are rolling in, so I definitely think we are going to get some rain. I'm cool with that. We need it, and I'm always down for relaxing on a Sunday right before work. This week it looks like I'm going to be working mostly outside. I don't think there's going to be any rainy days other than tomorrow, which is really nice. I'll be able to get a lot of walking done, which is coming out very well with being able to wear the Fitbit, get my exercise out in the field, and then not have to worry about it when I get home. When I get home, I can focus on making YouTube videos. Like this past week when I pumped out 3 Stardew Valley videos, that was also because of the anxiety and depression. So getting into making more videos definitely helps clear my head and helps relieve a lot of that stress. Like I said before in a past video, Mondays would be like a day for just going over the content, making the content, and the rest of the week would just be uploading videos. That would be a great way to do it. But as of right now, I'm kind of in a learning process to which way is best for the channel and for me. So I'm kind of mixing those two. So if you guys have any considerations as for what you feel a good schedule would be, is it starting the week off good with entertainment and then ending it with entertainment? So like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays would be a good day. Would you rather see it Monday nothing, but then the rest of the week you guys would rather see stuff? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll definitely look into that. But that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to go enjoy the rain coming in right now, which looks amazing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace out.